Welcome back to Just the Facts, y'all. My name is Jimmy, and we're back here with another video, another Texas Longhorns a recap video of last week's game. Texas loses to Oklahoma State 41-34 in a game that we've quite frankly have seen before go this way. This is kind of, I said that about the Tech game, but this was I don't want to say a carbon copy, but this was like in some ways a similar type of way of losing, and we always find a way to lose these type of games. Now, last week we also found ways to lose those type of games as well, but we showed growth in winning that type of game that we were supposed to, win comfortably, but we end up winning a closer game than everyone expects, and we're playing an inferior opponent. We're at home, and in previous years we lose that game to Iowa State, right? And we showed growth in actually coming out that game with a win. And so I thought we were taking steps in the right direction to keep building and keep pushing forward and keep getting better as a program. But I mean, I'm not gonna say this loss was a setback or anything like that, but it just kind of halted everything in their tracks, so to speak. Under Sark, we have not been a good road team. We have not been a good second half team under Sark, and both of those things caught up to us in this game once again. Starting with the offense and everything, it was one of the weirdest games I've seen from an offensive perspective in the second half. Quinn was not good, and we'll get to if they should have pulled Quinn out or not in a second, but overall Quinn was not good. He missed a lot of throws. When he misses, he always misses high. Even in the games he has played well, he misses throws, and he misses them high. He's a freshman. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna overthrow. He's gonna be not on the right timing. But these are things we gotta expect. But in this game, it was exceptionally bad because him and the wide receivers were not in sync the entire game. Notably, him and Xavier Worthy. And it's been a weird type of dynamic the whole year with them. It's kind of been underlying, but it's been a weird dynamic. As bad as last year was, man, if I could take one thing from last season, one little thing from last season, it'd be Casey Thompson's deep ball ability, because we can't hit the ocean if we're standing on the beach. When it comes to deep balls, so to speak, we can't hit any of them. And we thought, it would be at least the same results we saw last year, maybe even a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse, but I wouldn't have thought it would be this bad in terms of the deep ball execution. I'm not going to look at the numbers or anything like that. I see it with my own two eyes. They're bad. I think it was 17 targets to Worthy, 4 receptions. Like, it was a game like I've never seen before, where a quarterback and a wide receiver are so out of sync and so confused with one another. And it wasn't even just with Xavier Worthy. Casey Kane, Whittington, even Sanders. There was so much miscommunication, and it looked like so much confusion out there with Quinn and the receivers. It was just mind-boggling to see. And Sark didn't help any of that out, I don't think, with the play calling. I think the play calling could have been better, setting up more screens for Bijan, more swing passes. We saw the wheel route for Bijan go for a touchdown. I wanted to low-key see more short underneath stuff that are easier to complete, just for Quinn to gain his confidence and to build a rhythm again, because in the whole second half, and even when we were up in the game, it was just kind of choppy and no real rhythm. The ground game is what got us to that 31-17 lead. The ground game is what got us to the lead, heading into a fourth. But Quinn it just wasn't looking right with him. And should they have taken him out for Hudson Card? Maybe in hindsight, yeah. in a moment, I didn't agree with that when I was watching, when I was seeing when other Texas fans and other Texas pages were talking about how, where's Hudson Card? Why is he not in the game? Why hasn't he made the switch yet? I wasn't really thinking about that, honestly. I'm just like, what's going on with Quinn and these receivers getting on the same page? I am more on the camp of let Quinn play it out, let Quinn thug it out, let Quinn grow through these mistakes, let him make these mistakes, let him try to learn on the fly. I get it. The objective is to win the damn game. And that's what I'm trying to do too. But in the same breath, I personally feel like we have to let the freshman quarterback go through that. I feel like we have to let him go through that. I wish he would have figured it out mid-game and executed down the stretch, but it didn't happen. People are going to point to Dabo Swinney's never scared to take a quarterback out, and I like how he does it whenever he's not scared to take a quarterback out. You know, he did it with DJ. He took DJ out, put Klubnik in for a little bit. Klubnik didn't even play well, but it was just a different energy, different shift. And maybe Hudson could have done that. Who knows? Maybe if Hudson comes in, we still lose. Who knows? But with that situation, I think it's a little bit different. With Clemson, they have hey, we're trying to make the college football playoffs. We're trying to win it all this year type deal. And, like, they have to win every single game. And DJ has been there before, and he's already started. He's already been through his struggles last season. This season, it's like, okay, it's make or break. With Quinn, it's not make or break right now. Yes, the objective is to win the damn game. I get it. But I don't really want to make that comparison to what Clemson did, because the programs are in two completely different spots right now. And the situation with the quarterbacks are completely different as well. Now, yes, Hudson Card is experienced and he can come in. You know, he held the fort down when Quinn was out. I get it. But I'd rather have just let Quinn ride it out there. And I'm not mad with that decision, really. That's just how I feel about it. I know most of y'all are going to disagree. That's fine. There's no right or wrong answer here. That's just how I feel about it. But overall, the coaching didn't help much at all. It wasn't just all on the players. It was coaching as well. It was really bad. We got away from our bread and butter, which was running the football effectively. We were really doing that in the first half. And our offensive line, I want to give them credit, because although we didn't play a really great Oklahoma State defense, the offensive line has really come together and are really ahead of schedule in terms of their development. Kelvin Banks is amazing. We had a couple false starts. We had a couple false starts to him, and then a holding later on, which was it holding? Who knows? But our offensive line, in terms of run block, they've developed in that area mid-season, and pass blocking, they were already pretty solid at it at the beginning of the season, which we were pleasantly surprised about. So shout out to the offensive line. And I'm not going to get too deep into the penalties because, well, I'm mad at us for committing those penalties. I'm not mad at the referees for calling them. We just can't have that on the road. It was the first half. We were up 14, full control of the game. We had 8-9 penalties. I'm like, we don't deserve to win this game. I was saying we don't deserve to win this game. And the closer Oklahoma State was going to hang around, the more I had the feeling that they were going to pull ahead and win the game. Because if we have 8 to 9 penalties on the road, period, in the first half, or midway through the third quarter, you're bound to lose. And couple that with them having none at all. Oh, there's no way you're going to win. Now, with how bad Quinn played, with how out of sync the Quinn and the wide receivers are, despite us having 14 penalties to their 0, and we still had a chance to tie the game up at the end. I don't know what that says more about, like, if we're better than we're playing, or they're worse than expected, or I'm not sure. but we still had a chance in that game. Now, going back to the Tech game, one thing that really irks me, that really pisses me off, is that we play little to no complementary football whatsoever. We can't. I said it in that Tech recap game when I said Texas has a bigger problem at the University of Texas. We can't walk and chew gum at the same time. If our offense is playing well, we're giving up points on the other end. When our defense is forcing 3 and outs and everything, on the offensive side, we can't hit the broadside of a barn. And we saw that in this game today. We go up 2 scores. If we stop them here, we get the ball back. We can go up 3 scores because the offense is rolling. Defense gives up a touchdown, 2 minutes. 2-minute drive, easy. Go down the field, and they close the gap. They did that on 2 different occasions. Oklahoma State did. And then later on, our defense was playing well. In the third quarter, our defense was not bad in this game. We did give up some big plays, especially the last touchdown. Our defense did not play bad overall. In the third quarter, our defense was playing great, getting them off the field, 3 and outs. Offense would do the same fucking thing. 3 and out. Not helping the defense out at all. The defense is right back on the field. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a coaching thing. That's what it is. But we can't figure out how to play good complementary football. I think we can't capitalize on defense enough. They fumbled the ball with Dominic Richardson. We can't fall on it. I think I saw a tweet that said we recovered only 1 of 10 fumbles from opposing teams this season. 1. We can't recover fumbles and make offenses pay. I remember Jaron Thompson. He had a good game. But not once, but twice did he have a chance to pick the ball off. The first one's more understandable because he's just trying to not let John Paul Richardson catch the ball. He's just coming in to break it up. I get it. I feel like he still could have picked it off. Would have been a pick 6 on that left sideline. Spencer Sanders was late on that throw. On the other one, it was in the middle, and the ball goes right through his hands. Dropped pick. So you see what I'm kind of getting at here. We break up the pass. That's great. We don't get the pick when it's very reasonable to get. Last week, it's an example of no complementary football and not taking and not capitalizing. Last week, first drive of the game, Iowa State 3 and out, blocked the punt. Overshown and Anthony Cook are both trying to go for it, and none of them can scoop and score it. No Iowa State defenders even near them. We can't scoop and score that. We had to just fall on it. And then we go 3 and out on our end, and we had to kick the field goal. Bert Auburn misses the field goal. He missed another one in this game. So it's just these recurring things that just come back to bite us in the ass. And we can't get off the field when it's really needed. So there's a lot of things. I wish we had the bye week before Oklahoma State, but I'm glad we have the bye week now so we can recover, because in many instances, I think we'd probably lose to Kansas State next week. If we were playing Kansas State this week with no bye week, we would lose to Kansas State too. Although their quarterback situation is kind of shaky right now with Martinez being injured. But I'm glad we have this bye week right now, and hopefully Quinn can get on page with these receivers. It's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. We should have won that game. With how bad their pass defense is, we should not have looked that bad in a passing game. Oklahoma State is not that good. That being said, we have to be Oklahoma State fans the rest of the year if we have any chance to get into the Big 12 now. Big 12 championship, which isn't too far out of reach, but we need help now. before the Oklahoma State game, we were controlling our own destiny. We went out, we were going to be in the Big 12 championship game. Now we're going to need help. We're going to need Oklahoma State to beat Kansas State next week. To hold the tiebreaker over TCU, we would need to beat them, and they would have to lose another game. We would need to win out. That means beating Kansas State to give them their third conference loss, because I think Oklahoma State is going to beat them this week. So that would give us a tiebreaker over Kansas State and TCU to where we can rematch with Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game. Is that too far-fetched? No. I think TCU's due for 2 losses. Why can't one of them be against us? Can we win out? Kansas State, TCU, Kansas, and Baylor. Very difficult to win out, but individually, each one of those games, I think we can win. But like this being a stretch of 4 games, that's very tough. And then Oklahoma State beating Kansas State, I feel pretty good about that, with Kansas State's quarterback situation not being the best right now. So us still making it to Big 12 championship game is still on the table. Now we need a good amount of help, but who knows? That's gonna wrap up this video, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all think we should have took Quinn out the game? Like I said, I don't, but y'all let me know if y'all would and why. Let me know what y'all want to see from this team coming out the bye week, man, to finish off this regular season. And with that being said, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Like I said, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Show me love on this video, man. More Texas videos coming soon. Maybe some college football videos coming soon other than Texas. So, yeah. This is Jimmy from Just the Facts, and I'm signing out. Peace.